So I am here on the beautiful Old Street roundabout here, and what you see behind me is a city that wants to get back to work. That's why my main policy of Get London Back to Work resonates with so many people out there, from the taxi cab drivers to the tube worker I just spoke to, Daniel, to all the people out there in businesses and hospitality that are dying for a way to save what's barely left of their businesses. So I ask you, Mr. Prime Minister, Mr. Boris Johnson, where is the roadmap out of this lockdown? All I've seen from you is a roadmap for a roadmap. We clearly see signs of cases going down, of hospitalizations going down, of COVID-related deaths going down. You got Steve Baker of the COVID Recovery Group, one of your own Tory backbenchers, asking you, why can't we get everyone back in April? And yet you say nothing. Again, we see this entire agenda co-opted for political reasons. So again, back in the day, you locked us down when there wasn't clear evidence, and now you're not opening up when there is clear evidence. Again, this feels more like a political football, which is the whole reason I got involved in this mayoral race here in London, is because everything seems political to you folks. In the two-party system, every single issue is just a piece of capital that you can use to make yourself look good, make yourself more popular, or make yourself get reelected while the citizens suffer. So I ask you, Mr. Mayor and Mr. Prime Minister, where is the roadmap out of this lockdown? I have friends with businesses. I have friends in the hospitality sector. I have friends in the theater sector. I have friends in the tourism industry. They've all been on my show, London Real. They've all said they have COVID-safe ways of getting back to work, especially the hospitality industry, with 3% of transmissions. I know gym owners that want to get back to work, especially with only 1.7% of COVID transmissions. This is according to Public Health England's own data. I'm not making this up. They all want a roadmap out, and yet we see nothing. We get zip lips because, again, this feels like a political football that's get kicked back and forth between this two-party system that signs off on each other's failures, and they give you the illusion of choice every 4 or 5 years. Oh, would you like something different? Well, you can have these jokers over here as opposed to these jokers over here. Why don't we have an independent voice? Why don't we have a candidate where the best ideas win? I get the best ideas from talking to you, from talking to businesses, from talking with leaders in the field, and then I put them out there for you. And if you feel great about them and I can see actual solutions, then we move forward with them. This is a new way of leaders being held accountable to the voters. This is real democracy in action. And we're seeing it now with our social media channels. I'm on the back of the bus, streaming live on the back of the battle bus, going through every single borough in London. I think we're on our third round of going through every single borough in London. We've logged nearly 2,000 miles on that bus. And this is a new era of transparency that we're not seeing right now from the Prime Minister, and we're not seeing right now from the incumbent mayor, who's not even out trying to get your vote because he knows you're going to vote for him, right? He knows he's going to get your Labour vote because your parents voted for that party, and there's no real conservative candidate. Why don't you tell them no on May 6th and say, let's go with independent voices, independent ideas, and a clear roadmap to get London back to work, something I've been talking about for 6 months, a clear roadmap to reduce knife crime, Mr. Mayor, a clear roadmap to build affordable housing, Mr. Mayor, and a clear roadmap not to bankrupt our transport and TfL systems, which you're doing on a regular basis, and taxing us with congestion charges and your low traffic neighborhood schemes, which are a failure all over London. Why do I know that? Because I've been in these boroughs and people are literally yelling over to my campaign bus of how unhappy they are. So please leave me your comments below. Do you think we need a clear roadmap out of this lockdown from our leadership? And also, do you think it's time for some new ideas? Do you think it's time for a new voice? And do you think it's time to actually get London back to work with real, innovative solutions? Which is why we elect our leaders in the first place. We sure don't elect them for their good looks, clearly, by our current leaders, nor are we electing them for their ideas, because I don't see anything. I see them using fear as a tactic to scare us and to get you to comply. I think that's over. This is the new era. This is 2021. Let's turn this city around. Let's make this city great. All right, so leave me your comments below. Thank you so much. If you didn't know, I am Brian, and I am planning on being your next mayor on May 6th. All right, thank you.